So I just got off of work, and as I was driving in to park my car, I saw a bunch of acorns on the ground, and I thought it was weird. It was a weird thought. It was like it's crazy how acorns are become trees essentially, but it's not like as soon as they hit the ground, get a little water and sunlight, that they just become trees all of a sudden. Like it takes time to get these big oak trees that we have all around my house. And then you see weeds in the summer here in Florida, they grow within a week. You got weeds like this tall off the ground. And it was just a real quick revelation from the Holy Spirit, but it was kind of like, some people, they, I guess, I don't really know how to say, like, hit the big time, come into their calling quickly because they're weeds. They get cut down by the lawnmower within the next week, and they just keep coming up and up and up again. Like in music, like one hit wonders, they come up like weeds. They come up quick, but they're quick to die. And for people who are like, when's it gonna be my turn, God? When's it gonna be my turn? You got to remember that to be these big oak trees, like to be someone. I'm not trying to put emphasis on worldly wealth. I'm just trying to use successful people that stay successful. People like Steve Jobs, or I don't even. It's not coming to me right now. All the rich and famous people. Bill Gates. That's what I was trying to think of. People like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. They're like acorns. They develop their craft. They develop. They grow. They grow. Over the years to be these big trees, but they're not like these little weeds that will never, ever, ever reach as tall as a big tree. They take time to grow, and if a big tree grew too fast, if one day it was a little acorn, hits the ground, water, sunlight, and the next day it's a big tree, it would be such an obstruction. You got all these limbs sticking out, especially if it's near a house, and it's like, oh crap, I gotta cut all these things off left and right. The reason why God lets you gestate and grow like a big tree over so many years, over so many months, etc., is because He has to trim us. He has to prune us. He has to take all the things off of our life, and take all the things out of our life that are unnecessary. So when we do become a big tree, we don't obstruct the things around us. So we don't have all these limbs sticking through, windows like behind me. So we don't have, basic stuff like it leaning over too far one way or another. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is take courage in the Lord and be strong and be patient with the Lord, because the biggest trees take the longest to grow, and the littlest of weeds grow in a snap of a finger and are cut down by the next week. I'm sure there's some Bible verse that isn't coming to me right now, but if someone knows it, leave it down in the comments. But really, just remember that we have to gestate, we have to grow, we have to grow into our big tree potential, because we don't just want limbs to pop out anywhere. And it's like if God gave you the biggest dream, your biggest goal ever, and He didn't train you for it, you'd be like, you don't know what to do with it. You'd be overwhelmed. The same thing. If God didn't prune you and trim you like a tree naturally, is over time, you'd be left with all these limbs sticking out everywhere, getting in the way of everything. So really, I'm just trying to say, be patient with the Lord. You are a big tree. All of us Christians are big trees and not little weeds. With the wheat and the weeds, that it's let God take out the weeds when it's time, because they'll get cut over by the lawnmower, and there'll always be weeds, but there's a time and season for it, and when your time and season comes, you'll be ready. The weeds won't. God bless you. Have a great day.